Whenever your car suddenly flashes a warning light, stutters between gear changes, or sits idling like it's barely holding on, the shop instantly wants hundreds of dollars just to diagnose it. Here's the surprising truth most people don't know. In the majority of cases, nothing major is actually broken. The system is simply confused, running on old data, and desperately needing a proper reset. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 11 powerful reset tricks you can easily do at home, completely free, that can bring your car back to life within minutes. And whatever you do, don't skip the last one. It's a reset even experienced mechanics rarely talk about. Let's jump in. Reset trick number 11. Throttle position sensor TPS reset. Have you ever pressed the accelerator and felt the car lag behind, almost like it's unsure whether to respond? Or maybe you've noticed sudden jerks while driving at a steady speed. These symptoms often point to the throttle position sensor falling out of alignment. It's usually not a serious failure. It can happen after a weak battery, carbon buildup, or simply years of driving. When the sensor no longer tracks the full movement of your gas pedal, the engine computer ends up confused. The best part? You don't need a mechanic or fancy tools. A simple reset often brings the throttle back into perfect shape. How to reset the TPS? Insert your key and switch it to on, but don't start the engine. Slowly press the gas pedal all the way down. Hold it briefly. Release it smoothly. Turn the key off and wait around 10 seconds. Now start the engine and let it idle untouched for a few minutes. This process retrains the TPS to recognize the complete range of pedal movement. Most drivers feel immediate improvement: smoother takeoffs, faster throttle response, and no more hesitation. But if throttle issues aren't your problem and your car is stalling or losing power, the next reset is probably what you need. Reset trick number 10. Mass airflow MAF sensor reset. Picture this: you're waiting at a signal, and the engine shakes like it's struggling. When the light turns green, the car hesitates before accelerating. Or maybe your fuel economy has tanked for no clear reason. A common but overlooked cause is a dirty or miscalibrated mass airflow sensor. This small device sits right after the air filter and tells the engine how much air is entering. When it gets dirty, the engine receives the wrong fuel air mix. That means rough idle, hesitation, bad mileage, and sometimes a stubborn check engine light. How to reset? Clean the MAF sensor. Disconnect the negative battery terminal for 15 minutes. Remove the MAF sensor, usually held with 2 screws near the air filter box. Spray the tiny sensor wires using a proper MAF cleaner. Never touch the wires. Never touch the wires. Let it air dry completely. Reinstall it, reconnect the battery, and start the engine. Allow it to idle for several minutes so the system can relearn airflow. Once reset, most cars regain smooth idle, better fuel economy, and more predictable acceleration. But if your dashboard still shows warning lights, especially the ABS light, the next reset is for you. Reset trick number 9. ABS light reset. You're cruising down the road when suddenly the ABS light pops on. Your brakes feel normal, but that glowing warning makes you uneasy. Many people assume their ABS system is failing, but most of the time it's a minor glitch. Low brake fluid, a weak battery, or dirt on a wheel speed sensor can trigger the light. And because the system doesn't always reset itself, the ABS light just stays on, worrying you for no reason. How to reset the ABS light? Turn the ignition fully off. Locate the ABS fuse in your fuse box and remove it carefully. Leave it out for 15 minutes so the stored memory drains. Reinsert the fuse, start the engine, and drive slowly so the system recalibrates. If it was just a software hiccup, the light will turn off and everything goes back to normal. But while an ABS glitch is annoying, it's nothing compared to what happens when the car's main brain gets confused. Reset trick number 8. ECU hard reset. Few things cause panic like a sudden check engine light, the car dropping into limp mode, or the transmission refusing to shift properly. But often, the issue isn't a failed part, it's the ECU holding onto corrupted or outdated data. Over time, the ECU stores adjustments for fuel mixture, idle, and shifting. A weak battery, bad fuel, or a random sensor glitch can cause it to learn the wrong behavior. The result? Poor performance, rough driving, and warning lights everywhere. Here's how to do a full ECU hard reset. Disconnect both the positive and negative battery terminals. Touch the cable ends together for 30 seconds to drain remaining power. Reconnect both terminals tightly. Start the engine and let it idle for 10 minutes without pressing the gas. This forces the ECU to forget all bad data and relearn factory settings. Most drivers immediately notice smoother driving, better mileage, and no more warning lights. But remember, the ECU isn't the only component learning your habits. Your transmission has memory too. Before moving on, if you're still here, you're serious about saving money and protecting your car. Hit that like button and subscribe for more real fixes every driver should know. Reset trick number 7. Transmission adaptive reset. Ever felt your car slam into gear, hesitate before shifting, or randomly change gears at the wrong time? These are clear signs that the transmission's adaptive memory is out of sync. As you drive, the system learns your habits to adjust shift timing. But after a dead battery or years of inconsistent driving, it starts storing bad patterns. This makes the transmission feel jerky and unpredictable. How to reset transmission memory? Turn the key to on without starting the engine. Press the brake firmly. Slowly move the shifter through each gear: park, reverse, neutral, drive, pausing briefly at each one. Leave it in drive for 30 seconds, then return to park. Start the engine and drive gently for around 10 minutes so the transmission can relearn. Most people notice smoother shifts almost instantly. But even with perfect gears, a shaky or unstable idle can ruin the driving experience. And that's what the next reset fix is. Reset trick number 6. Idle air control, IAC, reset. You pull up to a stop and instead of idling steadily, the engine shakes, surges, or dips so low you think it might stall. This usually happens when the idle air control system loses track of airflow needs, especially after cleaning the throttle body or disconnecting the battery. How to reset the idle air system? Start the car with all accessories off: no AC, no radio, no lights. Let the engine idle untouched for 5 minutes. Turn on the AC and headlights and let it idle another 5 minutes. Turn everything off and take the car for a short drive. Once reset, idle becomes smooth, consistent, and stable even under load changes. But while a rough idle is annoying, nothing scares drivers more than the airbag light staying on. Reset trick number 5. Airbag light reset. You start your car and see the airbag light refusing to turn off. You immediately worry about safety. Are the airbags disabled? Most of the time, it's just a temporary glitch caused by a weak battery or unplugging the seats while cleaning. How to reset the airbag light? Turn the key to on and watch the airbag light illuminate. As soon as it turns off, switch the key back to off immediately. Repeat this 3 to 4 times. Start the car normally. If it was a minor glitch, the light clears and the airbags remain active. But while an airbag warning is scary, poor fuel economy hits your wallet hard, and that's what the next reset solves. Reset trick number 4. Fuel trim reset. If you're filling up more often even though nothing changed in your driving habits, your fuel trims are likely stuck on incorrect values. A clogged filter, bad fuel, or sensor hiccup can make the ECU add too much or too little fuel, and over time, this bad adjustment becomes normal for the computer. How to reset fueled trims. Disconnect the negative battery cable for 30 minutes. Reconnect it securely. Start the car and let it idle untouched for a few minutes. Take a short drive with mixed speeds so the ECU relearns fuel delivery. After reset, acceleration improves, throttle response sharpens, and fuel economy often increases noticeably. But fuel efficiency means nothing if your steering suddenly feels heavy or unpredictable. Reset trick number 3. Electric power steering EPS reset. If your steering wheel suddenly feels stiff, inconsistent, or heavier than usual, your electric steering system might have lost calibration, especially after a dead battery or jump start. How to reset EPS. Turn the key to on without starting. Turn the wheel fully left and hold for 5 seconds. Turn fully right and hold for 5 seconds. Center the wheel. Start the engine. This usually restores proper steering assist, making it light at low speeds and firm at high speeds. But if everything is fine except your dash lights acting strange after a battery replacement, the next reset is essential. Reset trick number 2. Battery Management System BMS reset. Modern cars track battery condition. When you install a new battery without resetting the BMS, the car still thinks the old weak battery is installed, causing odd voltage behavior, disabled stop-start, and warning lights. How to reset BMS. Turn ignition to on. Press and hold the brake pedal. While holding it, press the accelerator fully for 10 seconds. Release both pedals. Turn ignition off, then start normally. Let it idle for a few minutes so the system confirms the reset. Your car now recognizes the new battery and charges it correctly. But if your car still refuses to start and shows a flashing security light, the final reset may save you a trip to the dealership. Reset trick number 1. Key fob and AMP immobilizer reset. You turn the key and nothing happens. Or the security light flashes and the engine refuses to crank. In most cases, the immobilizer simply lost communication with your key, often after a weak battery or electrical glitch. How to reset immobilizer. Insert the key and turn it to on, not start. Leave it there for 10 minutes or until the security light stops blinking. Turn it off for 10 seconds. Repeat this process 3 times. On the final cycle, start the engine. If it was just a sync issue, the car will start normally. And that's it. 11 car reset tricks that can save you from unnecessary repairs, dealership visits, and wasted money while restoring your car's performance for free. If this guide helped, hit that like button, subscribe for more mechanic-approved tips, and drop a comment telling me which reset worked for you. And don't stop now. Check out our next video where we reveal hidden tips to make your engine run like new. You won't want to miss it.